Alright, in this example, we're being told that secant theta is equal to the square root of 5 divided by 2, where theta is in the first quadrant. And we want to find tan theta and cosine theta. Now, the good news is one of these we can get for very, very little work. We know that secant and cosine are reciprocals of each other. So since secant is root 5 over 2, this means that cosine of theta is equal to 2 over root 5. It's reciprocal. And now, knowing that cosine is 2 over root 5 and theta is in the first quadrant, we can draw this out. Here's our first quadrant. We know that because of the way that cosine is defined, the ratio that we can use here is adjacent over hypotenuse. That comes from SOHCAHTOA. And so this is our angle theta. Drop down our perpendicular. We know that, let's see, the adjacent side is length 2. That's this side right here. The hypotenuse has length root 5. And so our unknown side is the vertical side here, which I'll call y. And we can use Pythagoras to solve for that side. So Pythagoras tells us that 2 squared plus y squared is equal to root 5 squared. And so doing a little bit of arithmetic, we get 4 plus y squared is equal to, if we square the square root of 5, we get 5. And just a little bit of algebra here to help us solve. We need to subtract 4 from both sides to get that y squared by itself. So y squared is equal to 1, and we saw in the last example that if we know the value of the square of some variable, all we need to do is take the square root. The square root of 1 is 1. And now that we have that side, we can now focus back on the question they asked us. We already have cosine, and we want to find tan theta. And so using SOHCAHTOA, and in fact the TOA part, we know that tan theta, opposite over adjacent, is 1 over 2, or 1/2.